The All Recipes member, Marilyn, who shared this recipe, comments, "This is what Grandma used to make. Grandma Van Doren's white bread is our family's favorite. The recipe was never written down until Grandma shared it with me when she was in her 90s. Let's start by pouring 3 cups of warm water at about 110 degrees into a large bowl. Add 3 tablespoons of active dry yeast to the water, along with 3 teaspoons of salt, 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and 1/2 cup of white sugar. Stir to dissolve. Gradually add in 4 cups of bread flour and mix thoroughly. The dough will have a spongy consistency at this point. Cover and let the dough sponge rise until it has doubled in size about an hour. When the dough has doubled in size, measure 4 additional cups of bread flour and heavily flour your work surface. Turn the dough out and knead it as you gradually add in more flour. Use a bench scraper to work all of the surface flour into the dough. Knead the dough until it has absorbed all the flour and is smooth and elastic. Then, grease a large bowl. Set the dough in the bowl and turn it several times to make sure the dough is well greased. Cover the dough with a clean, damp cloth and allow it to rise until it has doubled in size, about another hour. While the dough is rising, grease 3 8.5 by 4.5 inch loaf pans. Once the dough has risen for the second time, punch it down in the bowl and allow it to rest for a few minutes. Divide the dough into 3 equal parts. Place it into the 3 prepared loaf pans. Once again, cover the dough with a clean, damp cloth and let it rise until it's almost doubled in size, another hour or so. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Bake the loaves in the preheated oven for between 35 and 45 minutes. Cool the loaves on a cooling rack before removing the bread from the pans. All Recipes member Amber Croxall calls Grandma Van Doren's white bread absolutely incredible. It disappears within an hour.